All right, so here we have Bitcoin on Bybit on the daily. So as you see, we are operating on higher highs, higher lows. Um, your sorry about this. Your RSI is working its way up to the bullish control zone. We are above the signal line right now. We need to stay above 24K in order to stay above that signal line. All right. Let's see here. Let's see if we have any divergences. No divergences. Actually, we will have bearish divergence whenever this is a confirmed high, which could just lead us down to another pullback. But it is on the daily, so, definitely pay attention to that. Your MACD, fresh retest. Positive momentum's decreasing a bit, but I don't think it's actually picked up yet. BBWP is very low, which measures volatility. We are below its moving average, but it's turning around. So we have been consolidating in this red zone here for a minute, but as soon as this thing crosses its moving average, that's when the vol is going to pick back up. We need to stay above 22,890 in order to stay above that signal line, and we need to stay above 24,116 in order to keep rising on the MACD. Your MACD and your RSI are both momentum oscillators that judge bullish and bearish momentum. So definitely watch your BBWP. The lower term time frames are going to roll over into the daily. Okay, so once your daily crosses this moving average, big move's going to happen, either up to 27, 28K or down to the 18, 19K mark. Let's go to the 8-hour. Here on your 8-hour, you did get rejected from the bullish control zone. You are below your signal line. MACD coming down, maybe for a test or a cross. BBWP is very low. Now, we could come down to the 21 at 24,113. We're 24K, 24,100, somewhere in there where your 21 is, which would still, you would have a lower low, but I mean, this could just be the pullback. We're having some trouble getting above this red zone right now, which we've had this red zone for a while. I did have an alert up here. I'm actually going to move this alert up to the 25,750. I want to know when it crosses there. So your MACD, yeah, coming down for a retest. Positive momentum's decreasing on the histogram. BBWP is low. So once again, we are consolidating. All right, so as soon as this starts to pick up and your BBWP crosses its moving average on different time frames, that's when the move's going to happen. So right now, your RSI on your 4-hour, testing that neutral median line, we are below the signal line. We need to get back above 26 or 24,632 in order to cross that signal line to the upside. MACD, fresh cross to the downside, negative momentum starting to print a dark red bar on the histogram as your BBWP is very low. Let's move to the 1-hour, and then we'll talk about bullish and bearish cases. Okay, so it looks like we are having a pullback here. We are in the bearish control zone. We are below the signal line. We need to get back above 24,450 in order to cross that signal line to the upside and get out of the bearish control zone. So I mean, it's quite the pullback from a wick-to-wick basis. I mean, almost $1,000 pullback and 3.5%. So nothing really. I mean, looks like we're trying to bounce off of this bottom of this red zone. We are going to find major support there. If we do fall below it, I think we come down to the 23,800. Now, we need to stay above 23,600 in order to make a higher low on this last low right here, because that would be the daily. So also on your daily, you got your 21 trying to cross your 50 right now. If that happens, I mean, that's going to propel this price action up to the 27K mark. So definitely watch your moving averages and see your BBWP just started to pick up. It's in the upper zone now. You are above the moving average. It was falling as your price action was falling. Now it's starting to pick up. So we need to get back above this last high at 24,500. If we can get above 24,500, I think 27K is the next stop. And that would also imply that you get above that signal line on your RSI and that neutral median line. You're going to have a high level of resistance here on your RSI. You did have bearish divergence, which, led you all the way down here. Your MACD is testing the zero line right now, and your negative momentum is still increasing on your histogram. You need to get back above 24,500, which is in confluence with, some other variables, some other numbers that we looked at, and you're going to continue falling if you're below 24,517. So 24,500, like I was saying, is the spot to get above 24,500. That's going to cross your 21. It's going to cross your signal lines to the upside on your momentum oscillators as your BBWP works its way up. Now, the bearish case is that you break that last low. If you break 23,600 on a 1 hour closure, I think you come to the depths. I think that was it. That is the level to watch. I think the first stop would be 23,350. Ultimately, I think you would end up at 22,600 and much, much lower. I think you would come all the way down to the 19K mark. And then that's going to cascade your momentum bearish on higher term time frames as you move up. All right, so that's pretty much what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. If you guys like this video so far, like and subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description below, one being the Discord. We have a lot of good conversation about trading, investing in crypto in there. We stay ahead of the curve in the Discord. Definitely join the Discord. Let's move on to Ethereum. So Ethereum, you consolidated sideways, came back down. Right now you're being held up by the 100. All right, we are back into the purple zone. We're going to find major support at 1900. If we do fall below that 100, your RSI is deep in the bearish control zone right now below that signal line. Your MACD is freshly crossing the zero line. We got to get back above 1982 in order to turn this thing back around. We need to get above 1992 in order to cross that zero line to the upside. BBWP is working its way up through the upper zone, so your volatility is picking up as the price action is moving down. Ethereum needs to turn around here and get back above the 21 at 1980, the 1980 region. You need to get back above there. If you do get back above there, I think you break the 2000 mark, and I think you head up to 2100. That would also imply, like I said, is to get out of the bearish control zone, and you're going to have high resistance here on the RSI. Because by the time you turn around, your signal line is going to come down to the top of your bearish control zone. All right, so you're going to have high resistance there. That would also imply that our BBWP starts working its way up. MACD bounces off its zero line, which we're going to find support right here. We do have another low from before and quite a few other lows at this level. So we could find support here. We could be turning around. This could be the end of the pullback. Now, if it's not, I think we'd come down to the 1900. All right. Bearish case is that you break the 200, 1825. If that happens, I think you come down, test these lows, go down even further, all the way to 1500 and probably all the way to 1000. There's a lot riding on what happens right now. I mean, we're on the last rally, I think. So things could turn around very fast. But I do think we head up higher. This might be the end of the pullback. If we can get back above the 21, like I said, at 1985, 1990, that's also going to coincide with getting above that zero line, getting above the EMA on the RSI. So, I mean, that's going to cascade upwards, and then that's going to work its way into the 4 hour and so on. And let's actually check out the 4 hour. So we did get rejected out of the bullish control zone. We are below this signal line now. MACD fresh cross to the downside as your BBWP is printing a low read. The move is coming. The volatility is about to pick back up. I mean, as you see, you came up, consolidated. Came up, consolidated. Now you're getting a little bit of a pullback. Being held up by the 21 right now. All right, so if we can get back above that level, that 1985, 1990 region, we're gonna crack up pretty hard, in my opinion. All right, so let's move on to Solana. All right, so Solana, we did break out of our red zone, came back down. Looks like we're probably going to come down to $44, possibly even get a wick down to the 50, 43.70 region. I do think we'd bounce there at least. Right now, we are finding support at our last high. This could be it. We are on the 4 hour right now. So yeah, we're being held up by the 100 on the 1 hour. Let's check out. Okay, so you are below the signal line on your RSI, coming down to the neutral median line, which I would expect a bounce there. MACD fresh cross to the downside. BBWP is very low. So we don't want to break the 50 at the 43.70 region. We don't want to break the 50 because that's going to put us into the bearish control zone. That's going to make this MACD get a stronger downside curvature, start printing some dark red bars on the histogram, and it's going to cascade down. Now, we have a lot of support into this red zone. We could even come down to this I don't want to see us break the 50, but we could get a wick down to the 100 at 42.15 and still be in good shape. We just need to make a higher low. All right, and a lot of this is going to depend on what Bitcoin does, of course. But if we can get back above this last high at 47.75, next stop's $50, like we've been talking about for months. We've been talking about $50 on Solana for months. So if you guys watch these videos, you guys stayed ahead of the curve and probably made some pretty good trades. So that is in this purple zone. So I would expect some sort of pullback somewhere in here, probably back down to the $48 mark where these last highs are. Had a little double top right here, you know, now you're coming down. Let's move to the 1 hour. Here on the 1 hour, we're deep in the bearish control zone, below that signal line. You're going to have high resistance at this signal line because it's at the top of the bearish control zone. You need to get up above 45.90. So we got, you know, about $1 away to get above this signal line and get out of the bearish control zone. MACD, fresh cross to the downside. Negative momentum is increasing as the BBWP is working its way up, you know, high above the moving average. Like I said, we're kind of hanging on by a thread right here. We need to Bitcoin needs to get back above those levels in order to, you know, pull the rest of the market up with it. We're hanging on by a thread, you know what I mean? This could get ugly. So definitely stay nimble right now. I do think we're probably going to bounce up, at least a bounce. We don't want to get rejected from 46.25. We do not want to get rejected from there and make it low. Now we do have bullish divergence. If this is a confirmed low, see, that's what I'm saying. That would probably lead us back above 46.50 and get above that 21. So if we can do that, $50 next mark. If we do fall below this red zone to the depths, if we fall below that red zone, I think we come all the way down to $25. And pretty quick too, because that would imply that Bitcoin's breaking down as well. So yeah, those are my thoughts. If you guys like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. Stay ahead of the curve. Turn on those bell notifications. Get notified with this time-sensitive content. Everyone have a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, and I will see you tomorrow.